Hello and welcome to the eFresh.com fruit, vegetables, and potato news. Today is the 20th of October. My name is Kim and these are this week's headlines. New and tougher export standards. First permits for GM corn plots. Armenia exploring potato exports. India to step up organic exports. Avocado gaining ground in the Philippines. To continue exporting in competitive markets, horticultural farmers in Kenya need to sell products that meet increasingly strict standards. Developing countries that export agricultural produce in Europe have to comply with SPS requirements and gaps. Pesticides Initiative Program, an undertaking by the EU that supports African, Caribbean, and Pacific countries to meet EU food safety and traceability regulations, says compliance with the new requirements is very expensive and complicated. Countries are preparing for the next version of good agricultural practice standards that come into effect in 2011. Consequently, Kenya has been selected as a regional center to coordinate compliance with the forthcoming standards. Mexico has granted the first 2 permits for planting genetically modified corn for experimental purposes. The Agriculture and Environment departments say the plots will be in controlled terrain isolated from other crops to prevent contamination. The department said there is no native corn in the chosen areas, although they did not specify the locations. Mexico, the birthplace of corn, changed its laws earlier this year to allow experimental GM corn cultivation. Environmental groups criticized the measure as a first step towards widespread cultivation of GM corn. Greenpeace Mexico activist Alira Lara condemned the permits, saying the government was ignoring the opinion of the Mexican scientific community. Armenia could start potato exports to Turkey if the border between the two countries would open, according to a member of the National Assembly of Armenia. Last year, Armenia failed to export more than 100,000 tons of potatoes, but that the opening of the border could solve the problem this year. Because of the closed border with Turkey, Armenia has to export its potatoes through Georgia, a country with strict customs regulations. In addition, there is a border with Iran, so the government of Armenia and the Ministry of Agriculture are trying to find ways of exporting Armenian potatoes. There are some companies that are reportedly willing to buy about 70 to 80% of the total Armenian potato harvest. However, no formal agreements have yet been signed. India will promote the export of organic food items to the EU, US, Switzerland, Japan, and South Korea. The APEDA wants to double exports from their current level of $100 million US. About 380,000 Indian farmers annually produce 400,000 tons of certified organic products that include cereals, rice, honey, spices, oilseeds, fruits, and processed foods. APEDA said it would intensify training programs for producers and government officials. It will also create 4 new agencies to certify organic standards, to work with the existing 16 certification bodies across the country. Commercial avocado cultivation has gained ground in South Cotabato, the Philippines, with 80 hectares already planted to an early maturing variety bound for export. Aurelio A. Bangyang Jr. of the local BAS said that Standard Philippines Fruit Corp embarked on a contract growing program with upland farmers in Polomolok and Tupi towns for avocado propagation. The initial target is 300 hectares with room for expansion. The variety of avocado pushed by Stanfilco can bear fruit 3 years after planting. Mr. Bangayang said that Stanfilco, whose major business is Cavendish banana growing, will buy and market the avocados in Japan. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com fruit, vegetables, and potato news. See you next time.